All right, hi there, everyone. Sorry for the. That's not the screen. That's the happy hour screen. You want to see the gaming screen? That's better. Yeah. Hey, everyone. The 6 people watching. Welcome to D&D. Sorry about the time being different. It has to do with if you're in the States, it's probably fine, but here in Europe it got screwed up. But anyway, we are back to continue on with our adventures, and with that, to whom should I hand it over?
Well, the dungeon mistress, I would assume.
So, mistress.
All right. So, when last we were with all of you, you were in the Barony Tower, and you had finished your quest for them. You had brought back the Tome of the Skilled. Sorry about that. Skilled of the Stilled Tongue, rather. An evil book of Vecna, as well as an enchanted blade that was once the property of the knight known as Tanaya Roland. You also, and rather by accident, found yourselves in possession of an amulet that sometimes talks to at least one of you, depending on how much you annoy it. And you are deciding now upon your next moves. I don't know if everybody needs to go through checking who their characters are. I think that probably everybody is more or less aware of who everybody is by now. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to say you wake up, it's the morning. You come together for breakfast, and you're waiting for Professor Snowspine to come and talk to you about some of your possible choices. And yeah.
All right. So we're going to talk about the fact that this medallion talks to me? Are we going to address that?
Well, you say that it does that.
Yes, what does it say anything interesting?
I've been trying to get it to talk to me, but every time I say let's make a deal about it and try to curry favor with the talking medallion, it tells me that I shouldn't be making deals with it. It also seems to be related to Chrono, which for a monk I don't know what that is.
Chronos.
Oh, Chronos. Thank you, Maddie. But yes, so something to do with Chronos.
Which was the time guy, right?
You've asked it once, then.
Yeah. Betty, what do you want?
Well, what I want is not relevant. What I am instructed to do is to assist you according to the desires of our patron Chronos. Okay. Now, I don't actually know what he wants from you, so it's bloody unlikely I'm going to be able to do that. But be that as it may, here we are.
Okay. So
what's it saying?
Medi doesn't know what it's here to do, just that it's here to help me in behalf of Chronos.
Uh-huh.
And that's about it.
I mean, he must like you. He brought you back from the dead.
Also, apparently I died.
You keep saying that.
I don't remember that.
You dying. I think I would remember that.
You know, when we portaled here, it didn't feel very good. I'm not sure how the rest of you felt with it, but it didn't feel very good. And I've been getting these weird feelings about dying. So I think I died.
You think you died?
Pretty sure I died.
Uh-huh.
And
you're not dead.
what? Kronos missed turned back time?
Oh, give the little lizard a big kiss. Someone figured something out.
I go over to Erasmus and just put my God, you're so small. So I have to get down. And then purr and put my forehead up against his snout.
What?
I tried to avoid it.
You figured it out. You Kronos turned back time to save me so that I wouldn't die.
But why?
Medi doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
No.
Do you want me to ask? I mean, really, is it so important?
I mean, I'd like to know what Kronos would like from me. I feel like he didn't do it for free.
Well, all right. It's going to take a while, though.
Okay.
I'll tell you what little I got. There was something about you giving money back to an old man.
Oh. Haha. See, I told you, Erasmus.
Told me what?
It had something to do with giving back crazy mayors back his money.
Oh,
I mean, I doubt that's why.
So it's rightfully punishing you for that.
I got brought back from the dead. I'm not sure that's punishment.
Well, maybe it brought you back, so it could punish you.
Oh, that's possible. But Medi did say he'd ask. It's just going to take a while.
How can it take a while if it's the god of time? That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, you're talking medallion. Just saying. Yeah.
Okay, then.
So that's all I got, but I guess I'll let Medi ask and get back to us.
Where are we having this conversation, by the way?
I guess in the tower, correct?
Yeah, they have a little. This isn't the formal dining room. This is just like a kind of a breakfast nook.
I just wanted to know if there's anyone around us being like looking at us weird for having a conversation with a medallion.
The only person who has been in is a servant who came in, gave you stuff, and then left. So there, right now, nobody else is there.
Okay.
Is there anything anybody else wants to do or talk about?
Yeah. I think we'll learn more as we go.
All right. Well, you have a brief breakfast. It's a little bit, it's more fit for a gnome than fit for some of the rest of you, but, you know, it's a perfectly, call it a continental breakfast. And and after you're finishing and having some coffee or tea as you prefer, Professor Snowspine comes in and he sits down looking rather weary. He says, well, good morning.
Morning.
So, how did you all sleep?
Lovely. Absolutely.
Rather well.
Lovely.
I'm glad to hear it. I was up all night looking at Demon Prince's secret weapons and everything else you need to know about in order to figure out where to go. But I think I got some maybes.
Okay.
All right.
Absolutely.
So he comes and he puts out a map of Lirune. He says, this is what I can tell you. You're not going to find anything in Penkirth. They got rid of everything they could get their hands on that had anything to do with that demon prince, even his name, which is why I can't tell you anything about it now. They apparently, at the time, did not like him very much. And maybe they were afraid of somebody bringing him back. I don't know. They got rid of everything. So, but there are other countries. And here's what I can tell you. You could potentially go to that elven city-state, Driariel. That is where that fella Knight Roland came from. So, and they have some libraries there. They're pretty good. Your main problem there would be, well, a couple of things. One, I've noticed that none of the elves around here seem to want to talk about this knight to you. Don't know why. Elves are funny. Secondly, you pissed off a, you remember that Libris Sanguinus group?
Yes.
Yes.
They're a secret group. They're throughout the country. We don't know who they are, but I bet you all of them would like to kill you. So walking directly into that, not knowing who you can and can't trust, probably a dangerous idea. Just saying. As far as areas where you might be able to encounter more objects of great power, there are stories somewhere between Driariel and the city-state of Ankalon. There was an old Fey settlement that somewhere around the corruption, when it was still active, it just sort of disappeared, or at least it didn't entirely disappear, just all the people living in it, the little Fey Sylvan people, disappeared. And nobody really went into it after that, but there are rumors of Fey artifacts that might still be there. So you could go look into that.
Okay.
That's your first option, as far as I can see. Your second option would be to consult the Beekeeper of Keldoon. And at this, I want pretty much everyone but Blue to roll a history check.
Okay. Nope. That's a 5.
I might do well. I did average.
So, Reverence, you are aware of the Beekeeper. She wasn't that far from the Haspels, and you had heard her name. You're not really like an expert on that. But this is no problem. But this is what you know, that she is a powerful mage of some sort, that she has the capacity of second sight and divination. She's reputed to be a great seeress. What Professor Snowspine tells you is that this is true, but also here's the thing about the Beekeeper. She kind of follows her own rules, right? She is not one. How do I put this? You know that Vaspiquel. It's a big, fancy city with a lot of big, fancy nobility.
I've never been there, but I'm aware of it.
Yeah, it's a very pretentious, prissy kind of place. And there's a lot of what you might call gentrification that has gone on there over the years, pushing poor people further and further out until many of them ended up actually in a whole other place, Khaldun. And the beekeeper, she kind of keeps a watch out for them. They're kind of her people. Sometimes that means doing things that are against the law, apparently, according to the rich nobility of Vaspiquel. But, I mean, it's not, these are political issues that we here at the Barony School don't involve ourselves in. Right? So we've never been able to really go and have a talk with her because we know if we did, she'd probably want something from us. And, she doesn't really just trust people just because they show up and say, hey, we want magical power items and information from you. So, that's a problem. So if you were to go there, I have a feeling that she would want you to prove yourself in some way, and God only knows what that would mean. Might mean something unsavory or against the law, or that would get you in trouble with rich, noble people. I don't know. However, she is, I'm not going to lie to you. She knows probably more than anybody what's going on when you ask her. She is the real deal when it comes to all that second sight business, which is a very specific skill set, even among wizards and magical people.
Could be interesting. What were the other options?
All right. So the last really good option I can get for you, and I hate to do this to you, because, there's a reason I left Helvacar myself. But I can tell you that if you were to head up to Blackwater Bay, that is a place where I would go if I were looking for magical items or items of power. See, they've had piracy problems for many centuries, really, and there are these underground caves. Well, not underground. Sometimes they're underground. It depends on the tide. But there are cave systems in the cliffs along Blackwater Bay, and that's been a place where people have hidden things for more years than I can tell you. Also been a lot of problems. It's not a safe place, and you'd be right up near Skygird. I gotta tell you guys, it's a very religious place now, and they're strict, and they can be real. I love my dwarven kin, but they can be a little difficult. Well, yeah, you could put it that way. You could. I mean, don't put it that way in front of my lovely wife, Dorbata. You could.
So, 2 places where we're likely to be attacked, and 1 place where we might have to do bad things.
I mean, if it was easy, we would have done it ourselves already, right?
Yeah, fair point. So it's more what do the rest of you think? What do we want to risk our lives, or do we want to risk our lives in a different way?
I'd be interested to know what the seer has to say.
Yeah, she sounds interesting. I'm wondering if the pirates might be a little bit easier to take on and a little bit easier to get some loot, perhaps. But I mean, I'm happy to see what trouble
Well-
can be caused if it's good trouble.
Well, maybe if we went and got items and were able to bring that to the sea, she might be showing that we are like we aren't coming into this
Newbies.
with yeah.
I don't have a strong opinion either way.
But if she's the one who knows the most about this, is likely to know the most about this, then going to her might be. We don't know if we are up against some kind of time limit here that we don't know about.
I mean, there are. Look, you guys, you've been around and you've seen people gearing up for war.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Nobody really knows when it's going to break out. But the more we can do and the faster we can do it, the better.
My vote is for the sea then, but we do need to stop by. We do need to go back to Freelance and Pass and get,
Armor.
Gilg and armor.
Yeah. Or you can, yeah. I also would vote for pirates, I guess.
What about you, Blue?
You know what a pirate's favorite letter is?
R.
You'd think it'd be the R, but it's actually the C. I vote for pirates.
Pirates and then
That is a
the
roundabout
seer.
waves. Sure.
Yeah? That's fair, I think.
Okay. Well, we can travel from Freelance and Pass and then head that way.
Do you want to run and get your armor, like, on your own? Or do you want us to all go back with you?
As long as someone can take me back here after I get it, I don't really see. We could meet back up in a day or so.
Oh, yeah, I guess you don't know how to make the portal work.
No.
Yeah,
No,
fair
I do
enough.
not.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess we could probably arrange that. Is that something we need to role play out? Can we fast forward time? What's best here?
All right, so your plan right now is to ask Rowena to take Just Reverence back for a couple of days to Three Lantern Pass and then back again to the Barony School.
Wouldn't it make more sense if we all go to Freelance and Pass? Isn't that is that further or shorter?
Oh yeah,
That's on the other
I haven't
direction.
looked. I haven't looked on
Let's
the
look at
map.
the map.
Yeah.
It's about the same.
Are we walking from here to Blackwater Bay?
Well,
that would take you quite some time. I would at least recommend getting some mounts. Alternately, you could try to get an airship from Newfoundland to Skygird. That takes about a week and would cut off a lot of time.
I do have an errand in Newfoundland.
How easy is it to get a trip on an airship?
Good question.
Well, it's more if you really needed to get on there pretty quick. I mean, I think it would be expensive, but I don't know. I've never taken that way. I personally, I would like to offer you to just take one of our portals, but then we'd blow your cover as people wandering around looking at mushrooms. So, and we might need that cover.
If we rode from Barony School, then northeast, again, we could always go to the Lirune Pass in a day or two and then come back and then start our journey. If we get mounts, we could head towards the Druid enclaves, and I would actually be interested in seeing what they have to say. They are my brethren in religion. I believe yours as well. I look at Elspeth.
Yep. I think so. I don't know. I'm a Suma.
You're a nature god, right?
She's life, more in like beauty and love. And
I thought it was a nature
more
god.
like
But
a
they
hippie
might know
god.
about mushrooms.
Sure.
That's true.
Well, they may have lots of information about the mushrooms, and there's always something to be done for people like that. Perhaps they have information for us. Perhaps they have jobs for us that will help us in our own quest.
Sounds like a plan.
Been good. And then we'll go to Blackwater Bay from there and fight pirates or whatever.
So where would be the easiest place to acquire these mounts be?
Well, if you give us a couple of days, we'll help you with that.
Okay.
I got some people I can talk to.
All right.
That seems
Certainly, putting your neck out for us, we can at least help get you a ride to do it.
Understood.
that sounds like a plan.
Yep.
All right. So Rowena comes in later on and says, when did you want to go back? Did you want to wait until your armor was more ready, or?
Yes, I see no reason to go up there now.
Okay. Sure. Well, I have some people I could be visiting out here. I don't get a chance to talk to the Bairnies very often. I guess just see you in a couple of days.
Sure.
All right.
I will also use the time to report on like all my mushroom stuff that I've been doing to the school and the records and what we've been learning too, and update my field manual or whatever. Get some extra journals, quills, and whatnot.
Yep. All right. Sounds good. You can do that. Anybody else?
Would I be able to sell my litter armor here since I don't need it anymore? Or it's a school, so like it would be a weird place to sell armor, I guess.
I mean, you could try going to where the students hang out and seeing, but they're also out for the summer, so you're not gonna have a lot of stuff around here.
Yeah, probably not. I'm gonna try. They're in the bag of holding, so it's not like they're weighing me down. I'm gonna wait until we are in a city where it's gonna be more likely.
I guess since we have a day or two, I guess the lake that we took our original journey on, I'm going to spend some time walking around it to see if the animals are returning.
Sure. If you want to go around and make an investigation check.
All right. Somebody's playing some
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
Someone is playing some Animal Crossing. I'll close my door.
Oh,
It's my wife.
Guilty as charged.
You go around and you can see that there are definitely more animals than there were the last time. It looks like maybe a little bit on the slow side, but it's coming back.
Wonderful. That's all I have to do.
All right.
I'll probably go out and do target practice somewhere.
Oh, cool. He's going to get arrested again.
Well, do you tell anybody?
Yes. This I inform them what I'm doing, and I go like outside, like
There might even
So
be
I'm
a
not on-
special
You-
place for that in a school.
You don't need to, because yes, in fact, this is a school of magic.
Oh, yeah, good point.
So
They have the facility.
Yeah, like a sauna afterwards and shower rooms and everything.
Yep, the professor takes you. There is a specific area in the sorcerer's zone. It's almost like a courtyard, but it's set up to be sort of a safe zone to do dangerous things. So he kind of takes you. He leaves large buckets of water nearby. He reminds you to be careful and not to do anything that would hurt yourself. And then he leaves you to it.
I don't hear half of what he's saying at the end.
I'm gonna tag along and show him my fire stuff too.
Hmm.
I have fire stuff now.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Do you have to roll? Do either of you have to roll anything for that? Or
I mean, their attacks are, probably just attacking dummies,
Yeah, or
sure, go ahead.
something,
making
or
fire claws.
trying to light torches, like just basic, like keeping up the magic training and like improving accuracy and stuff.
all right. Actually, why don't you guys roll Arcana?
Oh yeah. Nope. That's a natural one.
I'm
Erasmus,
better than you.
you should have paid attention to the safety rules. You end up, it's sort of a complicated series of events where you hit the wrong figure, the one that you're not supposed to hit instead of the one that you're supposed to hit. You end up putting it out with the bucket of water, but you burn your foot in the process.
Ouch.
But Blue, you've got your fire stuff, and you want to describe it?
Yeah, sure. I make these two rather than my regular claws. When I stretch out my claws, I get these two unnecessarily large fire claws on top of them.
Cool.
Yes.
Oh, Wolverine style.
Yes, I now have Wolverine fire claws. Yes.
Nice.
So yeah, so you do the different things that you do for the next couple of days, and Rowena, she checks in with you, usually around the evenings, waves hello, and when it comes time, she comes to bring you back to Three Lantern Pass.
Well, one of us.
Well, one of you, yes.
Yes, I'm going to go purchase my armor now.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
All right. So
Enjoy your date.
Why
Oh
do,
yeah, I
they,
forgot about the date.
why do they keep saying that?
So she brings you back, and you make your way. She brings you back kind of early in the morning so that you won't be interrupting anybody. Heads back to her own area, figures you can make your way to the, you know where to go, in other words. And you come, and when you get to the shop, you see standing there a beautiful suit of armor that looks very well made, and in fact has been given kind of a little bit of flair to it too. There's some leaf work, some etchings almost that look like vines going up the leg, and just a little bit of, it's more like a Tudor rose than a traditional flower, but there's like a little floral patch just above one of the shoulder areas.
Above the heart.
Nice touch.
All right, well, I walk in.
Wow. Do you like it then?
This is quite impressive. This is wow. Hi, you do good work. You do absolutely do good work.
Well, thank you. Always thought maybe, one day I'd be able to settle down with someone, find a nice little place, and get out of all this business with war and fighting, and maybe just do tools and farming implements. That's why I came here. Wanted the easy life, the simple life.
You came to the military base to do farming equipment?
Well, no, I came to Pengarth to do farming equipment, but it turns out there wasn't a lot of call for it because they want to have a war.
Well, I hope that could be prevented. That is my greatest hope currently.
Yeah, I mean, that would be good. You're not going to be in the war, are you?
I won't even. No, I have no intention to be. I've taken a holy vow of not being in part of such petty conflicts.
Oh, holy vows. So tell me about these holy vows. What other things can't you do?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I can't take excessive wealth and things like that. The only reason I've asked truly for armor is because it would protect me on my quest to continue doing good things in the land. For example, let's see. There's not really a lot of like strong vows. No harm to the plant life of the world. No harm to nature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Things of that nature. I'm not part of an order of, I guess you more traditional city type orders. We don't normally take like vows of poverty and, force people to become part of our faith and whatnot, things like that.
Well, that's good. Where I was from, it was pretty awful. People like me couldn't really get on because there was a lot of things that you couldn't do. Can you, for instance, it was very hard for me as a young dwarf and just becoming interested in other dwarves and having romantic feelings towards others. They was looked down on. Can you date?
Can I date?
Yeah,
I don't believe I've ever met anyone that said I couldn't date. Never really thought about it before. I'd have to ask, I think.
People are just crushing on you from all kinds of directions.
You could ask me, and I would tell you absolutely.
But you're not part of my holy order.
Oh, you poor heart.
But you could be. I've never hurt nature or done anything against trees or anything like that. I like trees.
All right.
Maybe, we could go out for a picnic.
I picnic.
know.
D&D, the romantic sitcom edition.
I mean, come on, we've been talking around each other for all this time now. You know what I'm talking about. We could go out, we'd have a little wine, a little fields, the sun, and let nature take its course.
Hold on. I'm gonna make a roll here. Nope.
You are terrible at it.
Well, you are all about letting nature take its course, so.
Oh my god. We were actually about to go and fight pirates. Believe it or not.
Ah, you're into that, are you?
Not particularly. I wanted to go see an old woman about
Oh,
bees.
come on, you don't like semen.
You wanted to. You were looking into old women?
Well, this is one particular old woman.
Oh no.
The seeress of Khaldun. Is that what she was called? The beekeeper of Khaldun. You ever heard of her?
No. Does she, it doesn't matter. I mean, I wasn't thinking about maybe going about bees specifically. I was thinking more of the birds and the bees, I mean, come on, dude, come here.
Birds and bees.
Romance doesn't know that expression.
Like you and me. Birds do it, bees do it, even educated fleas do it. Let's do it. All right, I think that's enough to get a clue.
Hold on. He goes, oh. Huh. In retrospect, that makes more sense now.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I do not believe I can take you up on that offer.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Keep it professional. I get it. No, never mix business with pleasure. Well, good luck with the pirates and the old woman. It has been nice, and if you ever change your mind, you know where I am.
Of course, and I'm gonna give him an additional 30 gold.
No, don't.
Okay, so don't pay him at all.
No, he's when you go to give him the extra money, he's like, no, I don't. Please.
Okay. All right.
I appreciate it, but we had an agreed upon price. I was happy to do it. I don't usually get to, put a little artistic spin on anything I do. It's always do it just like everybody else in the army. We don't want them all looking the same. I hate that.
Well, I'll be sure to tell everyone where I got this armor.
I appreciate that. And if you meet any farmers, want some tools, I do that too.
Absolutely.
If any of them are cute.
Absolutely.
What does he mean by tool?
I take my armor and I go.
All right.
Cool,
I'm gonna get back to that.
blacksmith.
I'm gonna get back to that woman's house and be like, strangest thing. I'm pretty sure that dwarf was hitting on me.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, probably. He's, I told you he'd like you.
You didn't tell me he'd like me like that.
That's the best conversation.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to be, Like, I'm not trying to set you up with him.
I didn't think you were. Now I kind of think you were.
You went on your own to get the armor. I didn't tell you had to go there.
Of course. Well, can you take me and my elk back, or is my elk forever stuck here?
No, of course. So she takes you back, and it's, again, the area in the forest, and she begins to do the runes as you would do them.
Mm-hmm.
And as she is about midway through the ritual, out steps several guards, including the captain of the guard. And
All
he
right.
looks at her directly and says, "So, that blonde elf was right. You do have a secret passageway to Magic Town or whatever. I would have thought you would have been honest with us, Rowena." And at this, Rowena steps up and says, "I've done nothing to deny anything. You know that I am in touch with the Barney School. That is where we are going." So the captain comes forward. You see that he has 3 soldiers, and you see an elf that is sort of with them and behind them. He is familiar to you, dressed all in black with blonde hair. He says, "There's more of them. I don't know where the rest of them went. There's a whole group. They took something, and they took it out of the mountains, out of the pass."
We took something, and what exactly did we take?
I don't know.
Then why are you here? What is your purpose? You go around trailing us, you're spying on us like some strange little creature. Why? You think you can get a duck off of telling them that we did something bad, huh? You think you can create a bounty when none existed? Is that what this is about?
The captain raises his hand, to silence people, and says, I think I need to be the one doing the questioning here. Did you take anything out of the mountain pass?
Absolutely not.
Ooh.
Roll deception.
9. I rolled a 2. Think about that.
Rowena says, listen, I instructed them to go and find something that I knew was down there, and that was too dangerous to be left down there. It could have fallen into the hands of our enemies. Captain, you know me. We have been stationed together a long time. I have never betrayed any of you. But these are things that are beyond the ken of your average soldier. It would have been very dangerous to bring them to you. Instead, we brought them to people who specialize. And where are you going now? And he looks at you.
Back to the Barney School.
What for?
Well, I came here to purchase armor. So I have armor. I'm going back. We're going to go elsewhere, wherever it takes us. We're going to go speak with the druids.
I want you to empty everything you have. Lay it out here. Weapons, objects, items, your bag, everything.
I'm going to look at her.
She sighs and you hear a voice in your head and she says, "Run." And she steps forward to talk to the captain. And she starts taking off her things, her taking out her pouch. She has some chalk, she has some magical items, and she's talking the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Hold on a minute. 1 second. Let's see. So she's talking, she's walking towards them. How far away is she? And how far away are they? And what is behind me?
Okay, so she is walking. She's probably made it about 15, 20 feet. They are about 40 feet away at the edge of the clearing. Behind you this is just a clearing in these hills with the woods around. So you have basically more woods.
Wonderful.
And your elk is there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let's see. Let's see. I'm looking at things real quick. I'm sorry. I got a lot of things I can look through.
It's okay.
Is there a way for me to like insight and what she might be doing?
You could roll an insight check.
Sure. 23.
Oh, wow. You see that she is not afraid of these people. And you get the sense that whatever you do, she is walking away from you and being cooperative so that she can't be blamed for whatever you might do.
Damn it. All right, then I wish I had more utility spells, but I don't. If I really wanted to fuck their day up, I could do something, but
probably not a good idea.
Yeah. So instead, I'm going to as quickly as I possibly can hop on my mount and fucking go.
All right. Roll either athletics or acrobatics.
All right. Core athletics. Natural 1.
Oh no.
Eight total, of course.
Okay. So you start to get on your mount, and right at that point, one of the guards catches you, and this guard has been holding up a crossbow, and lets it, kind of almost by surprise, lets it go.
All right.
The arrow, I'll roll a thing, but this is sort of at a disadvantage because he wasn't actually intending. Yeah, he goes wide of you. You still manage to get on your elk, so you can run if you want.
Where the fuck would I go?
Cover?
I know, but like, where would I go ultimately? Hold on a second, I'm looking at something. Oh man, I've got this giant elk here. So,
Dave is not helpful today.
and how far between me and them?
40 feet.
40 feet. I command my elk to charge.
Okay. Well, the elk charges. Is he charging into them?
Yeah. Into the commander, and are they right beside each, all three of them together?
Yeah. All right. Can you roll an attack for your elk?
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to ram. This is a non-lethal version of it, basically.
Sure.
26. Oh wait, I fucked that up.
Yeah, that's
a D30. All right, 13 plus 6, 19 against the commander.
okay. That hits. Does
Okay.
he need to make a saving throw or
He
anything?
needs to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. And he does not get it.
Okay, so he's going to go prone. He's also going to take 4d6 plus 4 non-lethal damage.
All right. So we are gonna roll.
And as the elk slams into the commander, Reverence's eye. I'm going to use thaumaturgy, the spell, because I'm a tiefling, and my eyes go a black, reddish black color. And I look at the two guards. I go, this woman works for me, and I will be escaping now. Move again, and all of you perish.
Roll intimidate.
14.
All right, let me make some rolls here.
Nope.
Well, they are. I'm just going to roll one for the captain as well. Let me just look at his stat really quick. I didn't have that stat. Okay, so the captain makes it, but the soldiers all raise their hands up. They are afraid of you and are.
And the captain is prone currently, correct?
And the captain is prone. So Rowena looks at you and says, "Hang on." And she reaches out and casts sleep on the. And he has a negative. Yeah, he does. He falls asleep. So she says, "All right, we'd better hurry. I guess I'm not coming back here again."
That wasn't really the intention, but okay. I was kind of hoping they'd all give up and I could give it off that like an evil demon had tricked you or something. But as it is.
I'm sorry. But now I have to see what our friend in black does. Okay.
How far away is he from me currently?
He stepped back about 10 more feet.
So he's 10 feet away?
Yeah.
Okay.
And by now, if you wanted to try to do anything, I'd have to have you guys roll initiative for that, because he's clearly seen what's going on.
Okay. Hold on.
Right now, he's running. He's he's on a dash.
Yeah, I'd like to roll initiative against them real quick.
All right. See what he gets. Okay. All right. You're 17 and he's got a good deck. 17. All right. So he goes first. And let's see. Yeah, he is going to run. And he is going to use his. He runs straight into the woods. And you just catch sort of the ass end of him as he is dashing off.
All right, he won, so he's gone.
Yeah.
If I had gotten him, I could have done this almost completely useless like paladin ability. He has to be within 10 feet of me though, so it's a very useless ability, to be honest with you.
Oh. Well, unfortunately, but you did manage to. I was really worried because I had already had this planned out. I did not expect the party to split. This could be a problem. Oh well.
Yeah, it worked out.
I could have, if I really wanted to. Me and my elk could have both made attacks, so that's 2 right there. And I could have fucked that guy's day up so bad. I've got so many smites.
So the 3 are trying to drag their commander, who is fast asleep, back away. And actually, there's only 2 of them. There was him and 2 others. So, and Rowena goes and says, "Come on, let's go. It's fine. Okay. Perhaps there's something that the Baronies can do. I have my friends in various places, so no worries." And so she creates the spell and sends you going. And you're back at the Barony School.
Cool.
I assume we're like waiting at the place where he arrives, or?
Yep.
Where is this teleportation room at anyway?
It is in the tower, but it's high up in the tower.
So my elk will have to learn to climb stairs. Understood.
Maybe they can magic it down.
I mean, they probably could if you asked, but he just looks at you, sniffs haughtily and very awkwardly, but with a look on his face that says, "Oh, I do this all the time. I'm good at this. This is my thing." Kind of tap dances down.
His hair gets fucking horns get caught on everything.
Do you have to roll dexterity for that?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll dexterity.
All right. He rolled an afternoon.
You know, I mean, he gets down the fast way. Let's put it that way.
Those horns catch every fucking thing. Tapestries, vases, statuettes.
And we all rush to the window, and when the elk
Clunk, 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 clunk.
Yeah, when the elk sort of restands and is fine, we all just start laughing. Well, not you, but he's been sniffy to the rest of us.
At first, he looks very put out, but then he kind of shrugs, as much as elks shrug.
Yeah,
and you can see he kind of takes it with humor.
We'll buy more. It's fine.
He doesn't care about that stuff.
Make a donation
Stupid human
to the school.
Junk. They keep around.
All right. So then, I guess we
I
get
am-
regaled with the tale of what
I am
happened.
wearing the new armor.
Yeah, looks nice. It's got a rose above the heart. That's sweet.
Yeah.
How did
Thank
the
you.
date go?
There wasn't a date. I misread all his intentions for all that time.
You think?
I wish one of you had told me.
Oh, but it was so funny.
I'm sure it was quite humorous.
How are we supposed to know that you misread it?
He was very obvious.
Yeah.
Not to me.
All right. I take it we have this conversation on our way down the stairs.
Yeah. Rowena says, I have to go and talk to some people. Excuse me.
Of course. I apologize.
It wasn't your fault.
Of course.
A lot of teleportation spells moving her stuff out of that house.
Says, no worries. It was getting tense there anyway. I'm not sure how much longer I would have been able to be stationed at that point. And to be honest, it was not fun.
Yeah, fair enough.
So-
More comfortable here. Better company.
Yeah, I mean, they'll send me where they need me, as they do.
Well,
Such is life when you're living through history.
well, maybe we'll see each other again.
I do hope so. You guys have been very amusing.
One way to put it.
But thank you. And if I don't see you again before you leave, good luck.
You too, I guess.
So she gives you a little smile and says, "Don't light anything on fire too much."
Or get arrested. Or detained.
You know what? You're gonna do that. I mean, I don't. You almost got me arrested, so clearly you just have a knack. But that's all right. There are worse things.
Yeah.
He walks off.
We might be better off in the country than the cities.
Absolutely.
All right, so which way to the stables for the rest of our mounts?
So for this, actually, Professor Rayvon comes and takes you. Erasmus, you weren't sure what
Please
to
make it a goat. Oh, it's a goat.
It is not a goat. If you had wanted a goat, you could have asked, but it's not a goat. It is a mastiff.
Ooh, that's cool too.
And he looks at you, goes,
With contempt. No.
this mastiff is a sweetheart. He's
I
a
go-
doggo.
I go to pet him.
He licks you,
Aw.
gives you a
Aw.
snuffle.
Oh.
What's his name? He's a good boy.
You could really name him whatever you want. He's still pretty young and could use a little more training, to be honest, before riding off. But we didn't really have that many options. So he's a big brown dog with a black spot on his, like right around his right eye. And he's got floppy ears and a big goofy doggy smile. But he's a big guy too. You can tell that he's been All right. For Christy and Blue, you both get very nice ponies. The one that's given to you is Christy is a Palomino. Her name is well, I call her Casey, but you could call her, of course, whatever you want. And Blue, you get a black pony. And he looks at you as if to say, it's a cat. I'm a black horse being given to a black cat. Okay. But he's well trained, and yeah.
I looked at my horse online. It's very pretty.
I wanted ones that would suit, you know. I'm sure that Blue has to do some sneaking now and again, and he might as well have a horse that can sneak with him.
The sneakiest of horses.
He is a bit sneaky. You gotta watch him around apples.
I'm getting to know my horse. He's lovely.
You should all roll animal handling checks.
Oh.
I will probably not be good at this.
8.
I'm giving you advantage just because he's a sweetheart. So he likes you. Blue, you're not used to being on horses, but you get up there and you are able to get the gist of it. And how about you, Christy?
I got a 12.
Okay. Same with you. I mean, you have been on a horse before, but it's been a while.
Okay.
And it's not like you were your family wasn't wealthy, you didn't have a lot of horses around to go. Where you guys went, you pretty much went on foot or had like one old horse that would sort of pull the family cart around.
Yeah, I grew up poor. Yes.
But, you do manage, and Erasmus, it's awkward. It is not an attractive sight. But you get there, and you guys all manage to get going on your way.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right, I can, Erasmus, I can probably link you
I know what a mastiff looks like.
By the way, in our shared DMs, I started sharing my horse porn.
That sounds wrong. That sounds so wrong.
That is awfully worded.
Like food porn or whatever else.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, but
well, this is here. I'll put it in our chat. Okay. They do have
Oh, that is a pretty horse.
They actually have like armor-ish stuff on them in the picture. That's cool.
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, I'm saving that in my folder.
So he can move 40 feet. He is not the fastest, but
That's not bad.
Advantage on wisdom perception checks. That while I'm hearing and smell, he can bite.
He's a lot like Emily.
Does he count as an ally?
Yes, if you're fighting with them.
yeah, I mean, if you want him as an ally in battle, you're going to need to train him.
Obviously,
And that
but
will be
it was more for in terms of my pack tactics.
No, if
Like-
unless he's fighting the thing you're fighting, then he would be an ally if you trained him to fight, basically.
Okay, I just wanted to know since
If he was just your mount, or honestly, he'd probably just drop you off and run away. If you got in a fight.
which is fine. I just wanted to know for obvious purposes.
So, but you have some travel ahead of you, so you could try to train him at least somewhat. But yeah, if you want him to do any of these things like sniffing out enemies or whatever, you're going to need to spend some time doing some actual training.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I think I'm mostly just gonna like get to know him like I don't. Erasmus is probably not the most like the best trainer for any animal.
All right. So,
Whoa.
oh boy, hang on.
Yeah.
Yep. That sounded like chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, honey. Those are very good. Excellent.
I have a couple of friends at work who are kids can't go to daycare and school and whatnot, and they're going fucking bonkers.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's life.
Yep. Yeah, everyone is fine. I don't know if anybody is watching us or not, but if they are, everyone's fine.
It sounded rather chaotic.
Yeah, but that's just a day. We've been together for 2 weeks straight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh my god.
My wife and I were talking about how we're those couples who are like stuck together, but we're fine. And I had to remind her that we're still going to work. We'll get like 8 hours off from each other.
Yeah, not quite
like,
the same.
wait until neither of us are going to work, and then we can say that. We have to spend the whole weekend together. That's it.
Try to. Yeah.
That's all right. As far as me and Steve, we're great together. It's not a problem,
awesome.
but homeschooling children of various ages at once.
Yeah. I did see a few tweets that said, I just spent the last 30 minutes trying to homeschool my 6-year-old. Teachers deserve $1 million a year.
Yes, they do.
A lot of people are going to get that more now.
But I'm getting a break, so yes.
Yeah. This is
my
you
break.
time.
All right, I'm sorry. So
Off we go.
By the way, as we travel, if we're going in the similar direction, I check on my old notes to see how the mushroom population is doing and make notes. But if we're going someplace new, I would be like checking. I'm not quite sure where we are in the map, if I'm honest.
Can you see what I'm drawing right now? You
Yeah,
see that?
that's right here.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Green
So
thing.
we're here.
Yep.
We're here.
Oh, all right.
And we're going this way. And our ultimate goal is over here.
Okay. And where have we been so far? South?
This way.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's new territory.
Well, here
Okay.
This area.
So it's all new.
and up.
That's very helpful. Thank you.
No problem.
now, I'm going to assume that you are you're just going to follow the road, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, the road straight to the Druid Enclaves.
Our
So
typical
that's our
lineup
plan.
too, with a paladin in front, me in back, and the other two having a conversation, complaining about boats in the middle.
Okay. All right. So do the people on either end want to roll perception?
Sure.
Can do. Oh, and don't forget I got my tiny hut, so we're sleeping indoors every night.
Well, as much indoors as it.
They are climate controlled.
Maybe not so much.
that.
I'm looking at my pony.
I just like the fact that like those two rolls are like the entire span.
Yes. Well, the elk, he had his elk moment. I'm having my pony moment.
Yep. Yes, you are. Which, you miss some lovely scenery. As you head out, this is a gorgeous area. It is pastoral. It is warm now. Summer is on. It's a little buggy, sure, you know, as these things tend to be. But there is a nice breeze coming off the hills. There are windmills in the distance.
I am just all for the fairies.
So, you make it straight through without any difficulty. Towards the end of the day, I'm assuming at this point it would have been before noon when you guys headed out. I'm assuming,
Yeah.
give you enough time to get to know your things. But so you're off. So you get in a good few hours of riding. You know, you're sore at the end of the day a little bit because you do have to get used to riding, but it's nice to be able to move so quickly. You settle down now. Lehman's tiny hut, that is proof against magic of all kinds, right?
I will have to look. If someone can be faster than me, I would invite them. We can have a race.
I'm pretty sure, but
always best to just...
Lehman's tiny hut, ritual, an evocation spell. A 10-foot radius, immobile dome. Force springs up, the spell ends. 9 creatures are medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome. The spell fails if the area includes a larger creature or more non creatures. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. An atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry. Basically, you can't start a spell that ends and begins in it. It's based and you can't target somebody who's within the dome from outside of it. But you could throw a fireball at it and it would hit.
It would hit the dome, or it would hit inside?
It would hit the dome.
Okay. All right. Is your mastiff coming in with you when you go to sleep?
If he wants to.
Of course he wants to. He's a dog. he cuddles right up to you. For your horses, let's see. I'm going to need you guys to roll a Constitution check.
Dead horses.
Oh, that's a save. Sorry. Wrong one. Ooh, not good.
Okay. And for your elk as well.
Okay. He is Fey. Also, are the horses? You know what? I'm gonna still. I told them to stay nearby. So, can he give my aura?
I'm going to say no.
Okay. Hold on just a second, because I got to make sure.
Well, actually, wait. So, can you can't cast spells either into or out of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then no, he can't get your aura.
Okay. I'm just making sure it's either cast. Make sure it doesn't have some like kind of like magic save or something like that, because it's a fake. It's a fake creature instead of.
It's not even a real elk.
It's a fey elk. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I was making a normal check. His intelligence is just higher.
You look more like a fake look.
Wow.
Rolls up.
So the next day, Blue and Reverence, your horse, your pony and elk, they look all right. But the Palomino's looking a little sallow and fatigued.
Let me see if I've memorized detect magic. If not, I'll do it tomorrow.
I will approach the horse, and I'm going to just lay my hand on it, and I'm going to see if it has a disease. I'm going to remove disease with 5 points of my lay on hands.
There's not a disease.
Or a poison.
You can roll either a religion or an arcana check.
17.
Okay. You're passing very close to the corruption, and you remember being told that in the times when it was more active, being near it was very difficult on animals and on people. So while you are in sort of the area where you're sort of within sight of the corruption, which you are going to be for a bit, unless you were to take a different, more roundabout way.
I can cast Tiny Hut twice if I memorize it twice, right? Or prepare it twice.
You have to be with inside of it for it to work.
Yeah.
So if you leave, it goes away.
And
I believe your horse is a large animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a large beast.
Right.
So it won't fit in there.
So this isn't necessarily a disease. It's not necessarily a poison. It's
a corruption of some sort.
It's kind of the opposite. And this is why I made the ruling that I did. If you think about it as almost the opposite of the benefit of you being around your elk, it's almost like just being in that area gives your elk a little aura of protection or whatever. In a way, being in the area of the corruption, there's a different kind of aura there, especially at night.
So we should get a move on? How far can we get in a day?
Well, your Mastiff...
40 feet movement.
I can look up travel. I mean, if you're going far, that's like...
We're going to the Druids, right?
I mean, if you're going fast enough that you're going, you can probably...
We can travel about 24 miles a day if we don't want to take... If we want to take a -5 to our perception. If we want to go quickly, we can go 30 miles per day.
Yeah, if we can get maybe across that road or whatever that dirt line is.
The border.
Yeah.
So do you guys want to go quickly or do you want to go normal speed?
I think quickly.
Yeah, get away from the corruption.
Anything living here is probably going to be crap anyway, so...
Once you sort of get to the other side of the road where the hills start, that is far enough away, and you can kind of tell because there are farms there. You're looking at them. They have animals. Like that seems to be, at least for the moment, far enough away not to have that same effect.
Okay.
So you could, in theory, ask to go a little further into the hills at night and then come back. So that's another option for you.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys can roll perception. With disadvantage.
10.
All right, and I'm going to have you also roll Constitution again for your horse, Christy,
Okay.
because if she's going fast,
Yeah.
it's going to be hard on her for the day.
If you stay near me, then you can get
Like some benefit, healing benefit.
yeah. Well, you
Okay.
get an aura of protection, if you will.
Okay. Yeah, we're sticking together.
All right, then that is a 16.
Okay. So she is able, she seems to perk up during the day and she's able to keep up with you. You get to where you're about another day's ride if you keep up on this path from what you can see. Are you going to head into the hills? Are you going to do anything else to try to help?
I think heading into the hills might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yep, just to make sure, because at night, as you know, it gets worse.
Okay. So you head into the hills. You are heading past several smallish farms. Are you looking for anything in particular? Are you going to knock on the door?
We could bother someone, or I could cast Tiny Hut. I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Meet some
We
locals?
could- I feel like we could just camp somewhere nearby,
There's no
cusp of trees, something.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any kind of inn or tavern where the locals gather. Is there?
If you went further, you would probably find something, but right out in the fringes.
Right. When I get to the druids, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Tiny hut it is.
All right.
Anyone gonna stay out with the horses tonight? Should we do watches for that?
Oh, they're gonna get sick regardless of what we do.
Well, no, that's the whole point of going into the hills.
All right.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, we can see out of the
as well.
Yeah.
hut, so if anything happens to them.
Are you keeping a watch then from the inside of the hut?
Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
should.
sure.
Yeah, we probably should in case the hills, since we are outside of the where the corruption has influence. There is a chance that there might be predators here.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
All right. So roll who's taking first watch.
I'll take first.
All right. So go ahead and roll perception. Because of your earlier fairly high score, I assume that Elspeth was able to find a good area to camp in.
Yeah.
Perception. So
12.
You caring about making sure the horses are doing okay, you managed to keep your attention up, Rasmus, more so than generally.
But also is the campfire, since there could be light in here automatically. That probably helps a lot.
So,
Which I am disappointed about.
You don't see anything much happening, so okay. All right.
Next.
To the next person.
I can go next. Or okay.
You went.
You've got nice.
21.
You keep an eye out very well. You can see that there are probably predators in the area, but they are not interested in tangling with a large group.
All right.
And yeah, your evening passes pretty uneventfully. Anyone else?
Yep, I'll go next.
Exact same roll.
Yeah.
You also, you see, it gets to the very small hours of the morning, and this is a farming community. So there, you see signs of, even though it's still dark, people waking up. You hear some clucking and rustling, but nothing that is threatening to you.
Okay. Yep. I report and hand it off to the last watch.
Oh, okay. We're doing 4 watches. Understood.
You're kind of fascinated by these. You did not grow up in an area with farms, and it's really interesting.
Okay.
It's like you see the windmills. Like, how do these things even work? You're just fascinated, and that's about all you see.
Nice.
So, but there is nothing particularly frightening or terrifying going on. So you manage to make it through the night, and your horses, they're okay. They have you around. You've been very good to them. You're protected. They don't need to make any more constitution checks.
Cool.
Excellent. Right.
All right. I am going to have one of you can pick whoever, roll a D100 for
Ooh.
me.
Who wants to do it?
Fuck it, I'll do it.
Okay, good. I don't feel lucky.
2.
All right, so you take off for the morning.
Great.
Good job, everyone.
Right. So, yep. Toward the Druid Enclave. On we go.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going on the same
Come down from the hills.
pace.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And our usual lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You head oh goodness. All right. So, perceptions for those who do that? -5.
Because I'm at the back. So.
Wrong one. Wrong button.
Oh, you're right. I was totally the wrong one. That's better.
Oh,
Much better.
All right. Christy, even though it's distracting back here, and you're concerned about your horse, you hear the sound of water, and you can see that ahead of you, when you look, it looks like it's been washed out. The road has been flooded or washed out somehow.
Oh, well, I point this out to the rest
I
of
think we will probably notice when we get to it. Like,
Yeah,
what do you mean there's water all around us?
You just notice it before you end up splashing in
Got it.
there.
Does it look like natural?
Yeah, because we're riding at the front for the protection. Yeah.
Anyone can roll a nature check.
I'll give it a go.
I'll give you advantage.
Ooh, thank you.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it looks pretty natural to you. It looks like sort of a seasonal hazard. You kind of remember seeing some signs back there that this happens from time to time, that there's like these brooks and that are nearby, and they just cause something of a road hazard.
Is there any way for us to tell how deep it goes?
She had a very good roll. This would be very difficult to traverse. You could do it. It would be dangerous and time consuming. There's an alternate route, but it would take you closer, not further, to the corruption.
Well,
Decisions.
what if we stayed here or went back into the hills tonight and started very early in the morning? Like, don't complete all the watches and get going right away and see if we can go the longer way but make it in a day.
That might be an idea.
Sure.
Anyone else?
Oh, I'm okay with that.
We could build a boat.
I don't have tiny boat. I only have tiny hut.
Okay.
So I guess, yeah, we can, I'll take the time that we have if we're going to wait overnight and scout for mushrooms, by the way.
Okay.
Just
roll perception or nature.
I'll still do perception because it's still got a better bonus.
You're closer now to the corruption, and you can see there are fungus out here. Nothing that looks healthy.
Okay.
Everything looks sort of twisted and kind of gross or rotten, or it's either completely overrunning the area that it's in, or it's sparse and weak looking.
Okay. I make notes.
I would like to take the time before light to play fetch with the dog.
Okay, roll animal handling.
That's a 12.
Yeah, you're able to play fetch. In fact, it seems like this dog has played fetch before and is very happy and doesn't like you to stop.
All right, so tiny hut.
Mm.
Keep an eye on the animals. 3 watches.
All right, so same group.
Same order as last
Sure.
time? Sure.
Same order? Yeah, sure.
Okay. Perception. That's a 4.
Yeah, you were good yesterday, and now you're just not focusing. Now it's all about that fire.
26.
Yeah, you see, you're getting closer to the border now, and it's not quite as nice here. You see shadows that are probably something bad. Nothing that kind of comes into the view of the fire, though. You also catch a scent on the air that seems like humans, maybe some group of, you don't know who, but whoever it is up wandering around in this corrupt area in the middle of the night, so it's probably not good.
All right. I warned whoever's going to be next that things are a little bit sketchier here
Me?
than a lot.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll keep
Things
an
are
eye out.
sketchier.
I'll try to keep an eye out. Let's see if I do. Not too bad.
Okay. Yeah, you get the same vibe that Blue did. That first of all, you're pretty sure that someone somewhere has taken note of you. For whatever, it looks like a shadows. They kind of walk around the area, then they leave, and then a little while later they come back as if they're just checking, but either they can tell that someone's keeping a watch or they're just out keeping an eye on you for some reason, they don't come closer.
Okay.
Hmm.
At the end of my watch, I wake everybody up, give them a report, say we should be on our guard, keep an eye on our back of us as well as ahead. And let's go.
All right then.
Which are you attempting to cross the flooded out area, or are you going around?
We go around, right?
Yeah, we got up early
Yep.
too, so we can make our way around it, and hopefully get a good bit away by the end of the day.
Yeah. All right, so you skirt around south, and you have to go a little further south than you would like. You're getting pretty close to that wall now, the boulder wall. Can you roll perception?
Everybody, just
Christy
Okay.
and Reverence, I'm assuming they're the ones keeping an eye.
Mhm.
2.
Yeah, it's very distracting here. Just having that wall up, always on your. There's something just so creepy about it. It is difficult to keep an eye out on anything. Now I'm gonna have you roll survival.
both of us.
Whoever's doing the leading.
All right.
You have the elk, so I kind of think that's you.
And you can do this with advantage because I'm assuming other people are pitching in.
16.
Well,
Good
thank
thing.
goodness. And you walked right into the wall. No. You managed to find your way back to the road by the time it is night, and you have the idea that now you are probably right about at the border.
Hmm.
I guess we'll sleep here and then cross the border tomorrow, correct?
Yep. I need a good night's sleep. I didn't get much last night. All right, yeah.
Okay.
Casting tiny hut.
Okay. I'm going to roll something.
We all die.
All right. So whoever's doing the watch.
Well, if we're going to the same order, that would be me. So perception. That's a 10.
You don't see anything. In fact, it's a little, if anything, more quiet than you would like.
Great. High enough to notice that something's wrong, but not what.
All right, kitty time. 16.
All right. Hang on.
Oh dear.
That's always scary.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm kind of surprised by that. I'm sorry, I looked something up and was actually fairly surprised. You see, towards the end of your shift, a large man comes into the clearing where you guys have set up, and he just sits next to your fire.
Okay. It's who's up next?
Me.
Okay, I'm gonna wake up Elspeth and point at the big man in our fire.
All right.
Like when you say big, like is he like 8 feet tall or?
No, he's human sized.
Oh, okay.
Just a big guy.
Okay.
All right.
He's a little rough looking.
What do you think we should do?
So I point at Erasmus and sort of like muffle my sound in my mouth, like be quiet, wake him up, and I'll wake up Reverence. So we like try to be very quiet because he can't see into the hut because we made it transparent. So trying to keep the quiet here.
All right, waking up Erasmus.
What?
And point. Muffle his mouth.
It's kind of hot.
So we've got a visitor.
Who are they? Have you spoken to them?
Nope. I thought we would wake you guys up instead of sword fighting. It sounds.
I'm going to telepathically tell Philhire to go and like just kind of linger over the dude. See what he does.
He looks up and he takes something out of his pocket. It seems to be a sugar cube, and he offers it to the elk.
Then I stand up and I walk out of the hut. Greetings, friend.
Greetings.
What brings you out here?
Ah, it's a nice night, isn't it?
It is.
Indeed. I was just thinking, yeah, it's dangerous area that you're going through. Me and some friends of mine noticed you the other taking a travel, and we're from the area, and we'd love to accompany you and make sure that you get there safely wherever it is you're going, just for just a few coin.
I'm gonna incite this boyo.
Yeah.
12.
Is anyone helping him insight?
We
can't
let
really.
him go out there by himself.
Yeah.
So no.
We're staying in here.
In case there's a surprise raid.
This doesn't look like a good Samaritan to you.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna look him over. I'm like, and what kind of danger do we currently have then, friend?
Well, I don't know if you've heard the rumors, but there are some bandits in these here areas.
Okay, after talking, I wanna.
Hold on.
After talking, I wanna sneak, attempt to sneak out without him noticing me. Like leave the hut and sneak like around him.
All right, roll stealth.
I feel like I'm gonna look at him
10.
and go, wow, a bandit, you say? It would be a shame if bandits made the mistake of attacking us. We've killed much easier things than that.
Much harder, I think you mean.
Much harder things than that, whatever.
He looks at you, Erasmus, as you're trying to sneak. Gives you just a glare and says, "Hey, little lizard, I don't like it when people get behind me, if that's all right. I get a little nervous."
Well, I don't like it when random people come into our camp and just sit down. So,
I mean, you had a nice fire here. You just.
That is nice.
I was just here to be friendly.
Friendly.
Sorry,
Mhm.
everyone.
But you didn't. You wanted to be friendly, but you didn't feel like introducing yourself. You just sat down.
Oh well, I couldn't see you. I didn't know where you went.
I'm gonna make
I
a
figured
perception
you'd
check
be back.
around to see if there's someone else watching us.
Yeah, same here.
All right.
9 for me. What did you get, Erasmus? Erasmer. 0.
That's a natural one.
Wow.
Great.
You're
Too
alone. Yeah, you can't. No, you can't tell. Erasmus, you think you're completely alone.
Where did everyone go?
And then you just realize your goggles fell down on your face. So
I'm wearing sunglasses at night. Great.
Reverence, you don't know. You don't know. It's too dark here.
Well, friend, they don't believe we'll be taking you up on that offer, and I do believe that if what I believe you're saying to me is true, and there are bandits, well, woe to them.
Roll. Are you trying to intimidate or persuade him?
I'm intimidating.
All right, roll intimidation.
26.
Oh.
He takes a long look at you, and then he gets up,
Looks at the hammer.
looks at the hammer, looks around at the Fey elk, and says, "Well, I'm unlikely to have any talk with such folk, but if I did, I would let them know. It's best not to mess with you."
Absolutely not.
Well,
Have a good night then.
You have a good evening yourself. And,
Yes. Be safe. There are bandits.
Nice.
You could tell as he walks backwards, he's trying to be cool about it, but he is like not turning his back on you. He is walking away sideways as if he's like always walks sideways, And he ends up into goes into the woods.
I'm gonna look at them. I guess we should probably double the watch tonight. In case they're stupid enough.
I agree.
I think it was just 2 more watches, and it was you and
Yeah.
All right.
that left.
Who wants to take watch with me?
Yeah, I'm up anyway, and it's my watch, so we can just
All right.
double up together.
I'll
Okay.
give you advantage.
Okay.
I will use control flames to make the fire we have going brighter, so it's easier to see.
Ooh, thank you. Right. With advantage. Thank you.
26.
You're good enough that you can see what your friends didn't, that there are people that were out in the woods, but you can also see that they're leaving.
Right. I describe this. But still keep an eye out, obviously.
Well, at least they have some sense. Who sees this motley crew, an elk, and thinks that this would be an easy target?
They don't know us very well.
They don't know much very well.
All right. Yeah, I guess it's your watch now, so I don't know if I can give you advantage.
Yeah,
I mean,
would
no,
imagine.
you had the watch together.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Just do it
Yeah.
one time. Got it.
So it comes to the next morning.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay. Somebody roll a D100.
I'll do it. $37.
Okay.
What nightmare have I brought upon us?
So you head along the road, and as you go out, well, who's keeping an eye out, I should say first.
Well, the two usual, I would assume.
Yeah, the front.
Yeah. So, all right, go ahead and roll your perception checks.
Okay. Do-do-do-do-do.
Okay.
Not bad.
You're flagged down by a young person who is next to a carriage. It's a very rich-looking black carriage. And he's just young-looking kid is just flagging you down,
Well,
waving his hands.
yes, we should obviously be careful. But yeah.
I'll ride up to them. Greetings there.
Oh, hey, oh, you're tall.
Yes. And what can we do for you?
Okay, I need help.
Sure.
My dad, he started wheezing and he looks real bad. He's in the carriage. And I need help.
All right. I step off the elk. I go, show me. Follow the kid.
Great bedside manner.
He is scared of you, but he takes you, clearly. You don't even need to roll insight for that, but he takes you. And he gingerly opens the door, and you see a very rich, rather portly gentleman who looks well more than not well. He looks like, well, roll a medicine check. He looks dead. And probably of natural causes, you assume.
Oh, he looks dead? Like he actually is dead.
Oh, he's dead.
Okay.
Oh,
maybe shouldn't.
Oh no.
I'm going to look over at the kid. I'm like, this is your father?
Well, stepfather.
And where do you live, young man?
Well, we were headed back to Vagrin. And then the guy who was driving the carriage, he all of a sudden said he had to stop for something and he had to get off, and then he ran away and he just left the carriage, and my dad was looking really scared, and then he started wheezing and grabbing his chest.
Oh.
Is he okay? Can you help him?
I do not believe I can help him. Unfortunately, I believe he's gone.
He left?
I'm gonna look over at the rest of the group and like kind of like get over here.
I'm right over there and get off.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'll go over. I'll step up. Say, your stepfather is passed on to the next life. He's dead. Sorry. So how do we get you home? You have things here that you need to collect. Can't take this carriage.
Maybe let the kid
Process this.
You're giving him a lot too.
He just looks at you and he says, But my stepfather's in the carriage. You can't leave him.
Sure.
No, we can't just leave him.
Well,
I guess
while
I
I
guess
this, can I see if I can find tracks or wherever for the driver?
Yeah. Go ahead. Survival? Or it could be also investigation.
it's investigation unless you're a ranger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then the survival.
I think I don't. Not sure mine are actually all that different from each other, but oh no, they are that different from each other. I did worse.
It's kind of muddy, this area, and it's hard to tell where he went. It's just sort of a mess.
Where did you said the driver? What direction did he go in? Did you see that?
To the trees. My dad said he was probably going that we were going to be robbed, probably.
No. Wow.
Yeah.
I'd go to the edge of the tree and try and look in and see if there's anyone in there.
Take perception.
Nope,
Yeah.
that's a 6.
Nope, nobody around here.
Probably best that we wrap up the body and maybe figure out a way to move him to the nearest town.
Yeah, and prepare to be attacked.
That too.
We should head towards Vagrin. Someone could drive the cart, and the horse that they're riding could follow behind.
My animal
Or I
husbandry.
can do it and just have the dog inside the carriage or
With
beside
the
me.
body.
Well,
Or next to you
Okay.
on the driver's seat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nicer for the dog. Yeah.
I'm more worried about the corpse than the dog.
Yeah. So shall we set that up, and I'll get back on the horse and we can see if we get attacked.
Someone should probably inform the kid.
We're going to take you home, and your father as well. You said you lived in Vagrin.
Yes. Yeah, we lived there with my mom.
We'll have to take you back to your mother. Now I'm going to look at the rest of the group, and then I'm going to would you like to ride with me?
He looks at the elk, he looks at you, he goes, I'm not, I only started learning riding and I've never been on a deer.
Well,
Understandable. I had never been on a deer before either.
Oh dear.
He goes, well, would you like to ride with my kobold friend here at the front of the wagon?
And the doggy?
And the doggy.
Okay.
All right.
He's really sweet.
He is. Very nice dog.
What's his name?
Cinder.
Sometimes.
Oh, that's a good name. He's got some cinder colors on him. I get it.
What's this kid's age group?
He's like 8, maybe.
Oh, boy.
Is he dwarven or human?
He's human.
Okay.
don't we introduce ourselves too?
Yeah, obviously.
Yes. I'm Reverence, and these are my companions. And I point at you.
Elizabeth?
Erasmus.
Blue.
I'm Roy.
Well, Roy, we're going to be taking you to your mother. How far away is Vagrin from us, I wonder?
You can roll a check. I guess intelligence.
I'm gonna help you with that since I would know maps.
Yeah. It's probably like 4 days with the carriage.
It's a 4-day journey, but no, I can't leave the kid on the road. That would be insane.
Yeah.
So, all right then, to Vogman it is.
So much for the druids.
The druids can wait. They'll be.
Well, we'll have to go by the enclave anyway on the way back. I think.
We can always come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Erasmus.
Right, now we have a kid to protect.
And a body that we probably is going to start smelling bad.
Do you have a preserved body spell? Actually, I'll just look. 5e cleric.
I think cremate him.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm sure we can do a cremation.
I'm almost certain that that clerics have a like preserve dead spell.
I could try to. Oh, you're gonna try to memorize? You're gonna prepare it?
I can't do it. I'm just gonna see if you can do it and prepare it. Prayer of healing, protection of poisons, and the truth.
Isn't this like the sweet something repose?
Oh yeah, that might be. Continual. Let's see. Nothing there. Nothing there.
I thought I remember
nothing
seeing
there.
something about that.
I guess you don't. I really thought clerics had a.
I
spell
thought there
like
was
that.
one too.
Well,
maybe that was an older edition.
Yeah.
Oh, gentle repose.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, I had
There you go.
half of it memorized. Yes.
It's a 2nd level spell, so you can do that tomorrow. Or,
Okay,
I
yeah.
guess.
You touch a corpse or other remains. For the duration, which is 10 days, the target is protected from decay and cannot become undead. The spell also effectively extends the time limit on raising the target from the dead. Since they spent under the influence of the spell does not count, blah, blah, blah. So, he's not going to become a zombie on us immediately.
Yeah.
So...
Well, and I think it's also reasonable to assume that this would is something of a preservative. So
yeah. So
it doesn't decay. It said so.
I will be doing.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll prepare gentle repose for the next day.
Okay. So you head. This is slowing you down a little bit. So
How good am I at riding a carriage?
Well, I was about to have you. You are not good at, as far as I can tell, at.
No.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. You don't have a skill in that. You can roll. Well, it's animal handling.
Oh, great. Okay. 15.
Oh, you manage to stay on the road the whole time.
Yay!
And you go in the right direction and all the things that you need to do. It's you're pretty glad that it's not that scary an area, otherwise you might be in trouble, but seems like you're doing it. And you make it until evening. Do you stop?
we should probably rest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop
How
the rest.
tired is the kid looking?
So tired. Just he's about to fall asleep.
I'm
He's been
gonna let
clutching
him
your
cuddle
dog.
up with Cinder for the night.
Oh, thank you. He's a good
Alright.
dog.
He needs a friend right now, I think, and the dog is probably more comfortable to sleep with than any of us.
Hey. I'm a little insulted by that.
Oh, okay.
Are you seriously? Your ego is bruised by an animal.
Aren't
Oh,
the,
yeah, dog? Okay.
aren't the
All right,
as a
I've been staying quiet about the whole dog thing this whole time because Erasmus has been like real into the dog thing.
I'm gonna
This
dip
is
out
gonna
to
be a-
refresh
this
my
is
water,
going-
by the way.
This is going to be a thing now, huh?
I was being nice, but then
Do you want me
Erasmus
to
had
pet
to make
you?
that comment.
is this what that is? Like, do you want me to treat you like a pet rather than a person?
You know what? I thought you and I were friends. We were making fire together. I see how it is.
I am so confused.
You can pet him too if you want to.
I don't want to pet him.
No, not
he's
you.
It's a grown human or a grown cat man.
No, that's not what I was talking about. I was talking to him. I said he could pet the dog if he wants to.
The dog.
I hiss at Cinder and walk away.
The dog.
What?
And the kid reaches up and hugs him. It's like, it's okay. It's okay. He's nice. They're
Don't-
nice.
Yeah. Don't ignore the cat. He's being a cat.
Okay, I'm back.
A cat hole.
A cat hole. Nice.
That doesn't even make sense. That's the worst portmanteau ever.
Yeah, he does not know what you're talking about at all. He's just staring at you in absolute befuddlement. And he says, okay.
I was talking to the dog, not to the kid.
I have to go potty and then I say my prayers.
Someone gonna go with him?
I'll do
There are
it.
bandits in the woods, after all.
All right. Roll perception.
7. I'm busy trying to look away.
Maybe don't volunteer anymore.
So he heads just into the woods, and he's holding your hand. Luckily, the dog is there, so I'm gonna roll for the dog now. He gets, I believe. Let me look at his stats.
He has advantage on things that rely on hearing or smell for perception.
He's +1. Okay.
Yes.
He lets a whine out in the general direction that you guys are headed.
Can I make should I make an intelligence check to see if or animal handling to see if I can I understand?
Either one.
I'm gonna make intelligence 12.
It can't be a good sign.
I'm assuming the kid is like my height, basically.
Yeah.
I hold out a hand to like stop him. Hold on. Reverence,
Yes.
I have a feeling we might have company.
Oh, really? And I'm going to get my hammer, start walking in that direction.
Okay.
I like walk back and get the kid away a bit further back.
I have to go.
I know,
Real
but
bad.
hold on for a bit.
I'm going to walk ahead in the woods just a little bit.
All right. Roll perception.
All right.
Or investigation if you're it could be either one.
3.
Yeah. It is dark.
I
here.
will. I'm going to detect the paladin ability to detect undead, fae, and fiends. And yeah,
It's nothing like that you
nothing
can.
around that. Just making sure. I'm gonna say like, okay, he can go. I'll just stand here.
Okay.
Okay.
I go.
While you guys are here, hang on a second. Christy, what's your passive perception?
16 or 17. Let me check. Passive wisdom 17. Perception. Yeah.
Okay. As they are in the woods, you feel a knife at your back saying, "Look, we just want what's in the carriage. Nobody has to get hurt." Don't make any sudden moves, okay? Just tell your little kitty friend to go on. Go after the kid, and we're just gonna take the thing we need, and that's all that needs to happen here.
All right. So I'll call over to Blue. Say, hey, why don't you go compliment Erasmus on his ship identification skills?
All right.
Well, I would be standing somewhere in between the camp and the woods. Like I didn't go with him because Reverence went in with him.
All right. Turning on haste ring.
All right, so I think we can all roll D20.
Initiative.
Initiative.
That's not too bad.
How do I pick a valid token to send the results of my
We don't
roll?
have tokens, so
How do I
we
turn that
just-
off? Is it in my
I
settings?
don't know.
it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll still get the that's still your initiative.
Yeah.
It's just like when you have tokens, it gives you the list or whatever.
Okay.
We just don't use tokens. Which I do have the token that I use for Blue, which is just a cat and fantastic.
Crap.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna just do this a bunch of times so nobody can see what I'm doing. Okay. All right. Alrighty.
Ooh, music.
Yeah. Oh, I did that on purpose. Blue, you're faster than Christy.
Oh, way
Mhm.
faster than Christy.
Much.
Yes.
I just leveled up on speed too. So
Oh, I can't wait
I
to
am
see this.
I am at the ludicrous point of speed.
Like you already were, so.
Oh.
Okay. Right, and yeah, okay. All right, so the person behind you looks around and gathers that the jig is up, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just double check that. Yeah. And clutches you tighter and attempts to grapple you. So you're going to do a strength off.
This is gonna end badly.
She can do strength or acrobatics or athletics as the recipient of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
should I roll, or do they have to roll first, or?
It's in the post roll.
yeah. So I just rolled for them.
Okay, I will do acrobatics because I have 1 point of advantage.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say.
They grab you, and your silky robes just help as you just slide right out.
Nice.
And okay. And that's going to be their turn. Let's see. Someone is going to take a shot at you, Erasmus, and miss.
Where from?
From the trees, but he has actually multi-attack, so hang on. And that is 8. He is +5 to hit. Does that hit?
My armor class is 15.
So 2 daggers come whistling by, and you duck. One of them goes right over your head. But yeah, you can see the general area from the trees that this came out of. Let's see. The third. Okay. Reverence, you see the bandit captain that you saw before, the man who was at your
Fuck.
he is steps out to where you can see him, and he has his crossbow, and it is aimed at the kid, and he says, "Look, this is about what's in the carriage. It's not about you or the kid or anybody else. All we have to do is take it out. It's just some money that we were owed." Now, nobody wants anybody to get hurt.
Speak for yourself.
I don't know. I'm looking for a bit of trouble.
All right.
I haven't burned something in a while, so.
Blue, it's you.
Right. Let's take care of whoever is grappling.
Well, attempting to.
Attempting to grapple Elsbeth. Let's take care of him first. All right. Lots of punches. I'm sure that I reach. You can tell me if I reach him or not, but
Yeah, you could reach him.
okay. Ludicrous speeds are ludicrous.
Yeah.
All right. So, bam, 18,
Yes, that hits.
11.
Yep. Okay. He is. He immediately does not look very good.
He's not gonna like when I keep hitting him. Yeah, no, that 23.
Boom, bong.
10.
You cut him down. Go ahead.
How are we at? I don't want to make it too. No, I will. Just no. Like take two claws and just go from like up under his ribs and just like lift him up a little bit before I let him drop.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's yeah, apparently his ribs don't do that.
Nope. No
they
magic.
they don't like it. So what you drop is not the same thing that you picked up. It just bloody mess.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So who else is who? Oh, I got Captain Guy.
He's in the woods.
Yeah, he's in the woods.
How far in the woods?
All right. So how much movement do you have with your haste strength?
90.
Okay.
And then I can double that again just as a cat thing.
Yeah, as a bonus action.
Yeah,
All right.
I can just double that, so I can make that 180, and I could double it again if I wanted to. So I could probably get it.
The question is, really, if you you didn't see what was going on.
Oh, that's true.
So I say roll a perception check.
Okay. 11.
Doesn't you look around and you're just not quite sure. You can see Erasmus, and you see what Erasmus is looking at, but you don't see anybody. You don't see where Reverence or the kid is.
Okay. So, but So I see the person who shot Erasmus at all?
You don't see the person, but you can see that Erasmus is looking towards some trees, and that he was attacked.
All right. So I'm gonna head towards the general direction of trees.
Does Tabaxi have dark vision?
Yes.
Yes.
How far away am I from him anyway? Blue.
By the time he gets into the trees, you'll probably be 20 feet away.
Oh, well, what I was meaning is that like dark vision only goes up to 60 feet, and it only makes dark light into dim light, meaning he wouldn't be able to see into the woods at all anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna run towards wherever Erasmus is looking, and then I don't know. I guess I have an extra action, so I want to hold it.
All right, so the person after he threw those daggers would have tried to hide. So let's see. So you need to, once you get into the woods, you need to beat a check. You'd think they would put this right up on top. You need to beat a 17.
And then perception.
Yep.
Ha!
And you see one of those trees sure looks funny to you. Somebody seems to be hiding behind it.
That tree has an arm.
Not for long, it doesn't.
All right.
And then I'm going to assume that's just going to take up one of my actions, right?
Yeah.
To look for him and whatnots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I got a single action left, or an action and a bonus action left.
Okay.
Oh, hasty. Okay. So, 10.
You swing out and he rolls away.
All right. Well, 18.
But then you do catch him with the uppercut. So
And 8 damage.
okay. He hisses.
Oh, I'm hissing back at him. I'm not hiss at a cat.
It was more of a hiss of pain, but that works.
All right, and now I'm all out of actions.
Okay. So that leads us to Christy.
I muted myself there. I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon. And, oh wait, I guess it depends on what I see. To be honest, someone's just attacked me. Then they got smooshed.
The cat in a blur of cat, which then went into the woods.
Yeah, so I guess within the field of, because I stepped out to fill up my water, so I kind of lost where I was in the group. So if you want to let me know, like, did I hear the exchange about the threats to the boy?
No, he wasn't talking very loudly. He was specifically talking so that Reverence could hear him.
Okay. I don't know. I'm going to. So I was just attacked. I guess I could follow where Blue was going, but to back Blue up. So
okay.
But I don't know what I'm running toward. So because it's dark, and I don't have great vision here. So.
Okay. All right, so you head towards Blue. Roll perception.
Sure.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
I've been doing well tonight. On that at least.
Yeah. So you can't see, okay? And so, but you can hear the sounds of battle. And that is something you're very well attuned to. So you head and you are able to make your way. You can't get as far as Blue did, but you get to the area in the woods where he went in, and you can hear from there where the battle is.
Okay, well, I guess I'll take this time to cast Spiritual Weapons, so that'll be. Can I do that ready to go next time, or do I just wait? What's better?
You could probably move first and then cast it so that you still have its movement speed for next time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would work better, because otherwise it can't necessarily keep up with you everywhere you go.
Right, I think I can cast it. Up to so many feet, range of 60 feet, but I can't see. So okay, I'll do all my movement then to get to that battle.
Okay, and then cast Spiritual Weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, is that a bonus action or an action?
That is
I think
bonus. Nope.
Yep, that's what I thought. Yeah. So you still have an action.
Okay. Woo, there's my spiritual hoe. Thank God I didn't try to hit anything this time. I'm sorry. And for my action, trying to think if I've got anything here.
Sacred flame.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I will. Oh, I don't have that one. I didn't. I have hellish rebuke instead. So, no, I think probably best. No, nobody's around, right? So I can't give. There's no point in doing enhanced stability.
Do you have anything that could? I don't know why I'm making
You cast spiritual weapon already, didn't
Yep.
you? You can only cast a cantrip then.
Okay, I could cast light. I'll do that. I'll cast light. So
What do you touch?
I touch let me see, an object, huh? I touch a tree branch above my head
Okay.
when I get to the end of my movement.
So that's enough to light up the area. And you can see that you can see Blue. You can see that he's entangled with somebody, and you're pretty sure that you can see at least one other person in close to where they're fighting.
Okay. All right. So
And
that's me done.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that leads us to Erasmus.
Can I? Okay, so which one of the people in the woods with Blue can I see? Because presumably they're like the guy is out, like was attacked by Blue and like rolled, so he presumably isn't hiding anymore.
He's not hiding, but he's in the trees. Do you have dark vision, right?
Yes.
And now it's lit up.
Mm-hmm.
He's behind. You can probably at least make out his general area, but if you were to do a ranged spell attack, he would have 3/4 cover.
Okay.
He's down and behind.
What about the? Can I see the guy further back?
No.
Okay. Well, I really only have one target, and he tried to hit me, so I'm gonna Eldritch Blast him, and I do get advantage thanks to Blue being next to him. So that's nice.
All right. So, okay, and it misses.
I would like to use Dark One's own luck and roll a d10 and add that.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Nope, that's...
Yeah. And it misses.
Well, second shot.
You
17.
I was going to say, okay, 17, but it's minus for the cover, and it actually just hits him. So, go ahead.
That's a 7.
Damage. Okay. These guys aren't that tough, and after the whopping that Blue took, the force damage from your Eldritch Blast shoots out at him and singes him right behind his ears, and he grabs and just keels over. So
I'm gonna use my movement to start moving to run because I'm pretty sure the kid, like the reverence and the kid. So I'm gonna start running in that direction after I shoot.
You're able to get pretty close to them, and so you can see the standoff. As far as the kid goes, it's his turn. And he wets himself.
Oh no.
Well, to be fair, it's scary. He's probably scared and he had to pee anyway.
He did have to pee.
Yeah. And he starts to cry. Reverence, it's you.
So this guy is standing off with me. He's got the crossbow.
Yeah, he's got the crossbow. It's aimed at the kid.
I look at him. I go, drop it. I cast command.
Nice.
Is that a wisdom save?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see how
Alright.
wise the bandits are.
Fingers crossed.
Well, they have attacked us, so not very
What's
wise.
your DC?
15.
So he made a 15, basically.
Then it did nothing happen, basically.
Damn.
Then, if that's the case, then I will continue standing off with them. I'm just standing there.
Maybe move between him and the kid.
If I take a step, he's gonna shoot the kid.
Fair point.
Okay.
Well, you don't want to throw yourself in front of him like taking the shot style.
I don't know that I would have the dexterity to do that.
No. Would look cool though.
It would.
So
If you trust my -1 dexterity to do that,
No, I don't.
yeah, it's a kid. Come on. Let's see. So he's down and right. First two are down. All right. Let's see. He looks at you for a moment and he says, "You know what? 2 of my men are dead. We're leaving."
Like 2 of them?
Yeah, I killed one immediately.
And
Well, yeah, but the second guy wasn't dead, was he? Oh, and did I kill him? I didn't realize I killed him.
Guy, yeah.
yeah, you killed him.
Oh, that.
It's been 12 seconds and 2 people have died.
No, it's that I need to add some temporary hit points.
Sorry. So yeah, it's all good. Just gonna walk back. We're gonna pretend this never happened. Okay?
I'm just staring at him. What's he doing with that crossbow?
He's keeping it trained, but he's not appearing aggressive. He's backing away and he walks backwards into the woods.
He's so lucky I didn't have a spell. Or I couldn't, if I could throw this hammer.
So yeah, I go and approach the rest of the crew.
Okay.
I'm presuming he called that out loud so that the other men could hear it.
Yes. Actually, roll an insight check.
Which one of us?
Erasmus.
That's a natural 20.
Wow.
Wait a second. He didn't yell that loud. How would they know to all walk away?
Oh,
And
no.
did anybody check the carriage?
Oh, shit.
I was gonna recommend doing that now, after we, yeah.
So yeah, you head to the carriage. The doors are opened, and it was quickly and well looted while you guys were.
Is the body still there?
The body is still there.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't our property.
It's true.
Wait, but if he didn't call it out, wouldn't the guy that Elspeth saw he would still be there, presumably.
Does someone still
So-
have haste on them? Can they run around and look for him?
I can. I mean, I can run around for another like.
No, it's more like if
50
I
seconds.
went, if I'm able to go, like it's not my turn. So if I'm able to go and check out the carriage, then we're out of initiative order. aren't we?
Yeah, you're out of initiative, basically. You let them go. And they left. And because, I mean, you did get a 20. So I'm going to say these guys have cased you. They have planned this attack, apparently.
Mm.
They had it timed and ready to go. Like they didn't even need to.
Should have planned better. Oh, they did
Well-
lose too.
They did lose too. But this was whatever it was that they wanted. They apparently thought was worth risking a couple of lives, or at least that captain did.
So probably not just money.
Hmm. Can I? Is there any trace of which way they went from the carriage?
Yeah, roll investigation.
14.
This is their home turf, and
Yeah.
you know,
Thought so.
Can't do shit.
Fucking bastards.
Well, do you want to ask the kid what they were transporting? I don't know if he'd know, but maybe
It's
it's...
something.
Well, maybe we should calm him down first.
Yeah, true.
he
It was
is
probably
crying.
probably something the father had on him.
Mm.
The kid probably had no idea what they were carrying.
He's 8. Little
Can
bitches
I-
have big ears.
Can I investigate the carriage and see if there's any like documentation or anything inside that might tell us what the fuck is going on?
Sure.
As the cleric, I'll go see to the kid, calm him down.
18.
Okay.
Also, I will admire the probably good woodwork of the carriage.
I'm sorry.
I will
was the
probably
last-
also, like, while I'm looking at, like, admire the woodwork of the carriage, the carpentry.
Okay.
It's a nice carriage.
The carriage is a nice carriage. It is obviously rich looking, and also it's the whole thing is weird, right? Like it's weird that they were traveling without guards in a black carriage through this area. It's as you look, there's no symbols. There's such an absence of anything that would be an identifying mark that is in itself weird, you know. And as you look, you can tell two things. You can tell one, somebody stabbed through the cushions, and as if they knew exactly what they were going for. Like it isn't like the whole carriage was tossed, right? It's like somebody came in, slashed through the cushions, and something, you remember the guy had something like some sort of jewelry thing on his front, and that's gone.
Well, there's nothing we can do about it now.
No.
No, we're in their backyard.
If they had, yeah, never mind. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but this carriage is weird. There's something off about this.
Just kind of shrug.
Yeah, I think we just have to take the L on this one, you guys.
Yeah.
All right, so Elspeth is able to get get Roy calmed down anyway, but he is very obviously really traumatized at this point.
Yeah.
But he cuddles up to the dog and he says, "You're gonna bring me to my mom, right? My mom."
Yes, we will.
Once we're there, everything will be okay.
Yeah. And I'm sure nothing else will happen.
Surely.
Yeah. They've already gotten what they wanted, so they won't be bothering us anymore.
Do you know what you guys were carrying? What you're taking?
My dad just he said that he had to meet somebody in the woods and that I had to come with him. He didn't say anything about carrying anybody.
Okay. And he wore some jewelry on his robe? Do you know what that was? Did he always wear that?
Yes. But only just for a week.
Okay. Did he wear?
But
Yeah.
he never took it off. He said it was important.
Okay. Thanks. That's good to know. All right. So
I'm not happy about this.
are we staying
think
here
we can
tonight
carry
or are we
the kid
moving
around.
on by casting Tiny Hut? What are we doing?
What else is there to do?
Yeah,
we probably can't carry a kid around and try to find these bandits, and
No.
we might get better information from like Mom.
All right.
I'm gonna go. Like I need to go make a burn a page here.
All right. I'll be scouting out a place and casting Tiny Hut.
Okay. I think that we can, at this point, do a little send time forward. You see no signs of these guys again for the rest of the trip.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you don't really see signs of much. It's a couple of days. The little boy is quiet. He doesn't appear, well, I don't know if anybody wants to do an insight check on him.
Sure.
He definitely appears upset and afraid, but he doesn't really appear like he is all that broken up about his stepfather dying.
Maybe the guy was a dick.
You get the sense when you bring it up that the guy might have been a dick.
Yeah. What a shame.
Yeah, we'll give him a stick and let him play with the dog if the dog wants to do more fetch. Inside the hut.
Yeah.
Inside the hut.
We can't really. I think more like talk of war with the dog would make more sense if it's inside the hut.
So, yep. And in that way, that is what happens until you reach the banks of the Golok and are able to see Vagrin up ahead of you. And I think that's a good place for us to land for the evening.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, that was certainly eventful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lots to think about.
This is gonna annoy me.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna be pissed off. I need to go find these guys when we get fucking done with this. I'm gonna drop this kid off and find who fucking did this.
Yeah, because they
mess with the wrong people.
Well, we'll find out
that
more
could-
about
if
the
that-
story.
if-
Maybe he really
if that
did owe them.
command-
Maybe he really
If
did.
that command. All I needed was that one spell.
Yeah, well, maybe he really did owe them. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah.
Right, Dinky?
All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching. And we'll catch you at the same time next week to find out what the mother or now widow has to say. Yeah. Goodbye from me and goodbye from everybody in the party. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye,
Goodbye, everyone.
Yay, they did the bit.